our favorite things about sailing around the world is the other sailors that we meet along the way. And every sailor has a very interesting story to tell. This is why we're so excited about our new series that highlights the other sailors that are out there doing the same thing we're doing, just in a unique and different way. In this video, we feature Robin and Philémon, two 20-something pals who were flatmates at a university in Switzerland while earning degrees in mechanical engineering. After graduation, they decided to take a break, buy a sailboat, and put that mechanical engineering degree to use. They tore the boat apart, rebuilt it, and now they're sailing the world. In less than a year, Robin and Phil have sailed from France, across the Atlantic to Brazil, all the way down to Patagonia, around Cape Horn, back up to Cabo Delgado, Brazil, and are now crossing the Atlantic again, this time to the Azores. These sailors know how to make creative rigs. They know how to sail the world on a very small budget. But most important, they know how to have fun.
So, we're the crew of the this wonderful sailboat, and I'm Robin.
And I'm Philémon.
The and it doesn't move in a bad way, because Bequoyer is when a chair is only on 3 of his feet and it moves. This is Bequoyer, so when it doesn't Bequoy, it doesn't move like this, so it goes straight. And
so that means it's stable.
Yes, basically, yes. It's not French as you hear it, it's French from a little village in Switzerland where my grandmother is from.
Okay, cool.
So basically this is a word nobody in France or in the world could understand. After some drinks we decide to say the word, and after our study we bought this boat and we repaired it for 1 year, and after we start our sailing trip. First it was planned to sail 3 years, but our girlfriends said it's a bit too long, so we shorted it to 1 year.
It's supposed to be boat in a good state and able to sail, but then we figured out that there were many holes everywhere, so we had to weld about 30 plates of steel before we left. So
actually we didn't know how to weld before.
Now, what do you do for money?
I sold toys.
I cleaned the windows, of the buildings, and in Switzerland. So it's quite well paid because they think it's risky.
The boat was 15,000, but I think it was worth less than 10,000.
Yeah.
And so we could have a cheaper one. And then I think I had something like 6,000 Swiss francs on my account when I left.
For me a bit less.
Yeah. And did you just put it all in one pot and you both use that money, or do you keep the money separate?
Yeah.
Or do you just share?
We work like a couple.
Yeah, okay.
Just don't care about who pays, because we know that at the end we will be on the straw, both of us.
In the beginning, Phil and Robin stayed in marinas, but they quickly realized it was much less expensive to sit at anchor. They also only bought the basics with regard to food and other supplies. They did all their own repairs, built creative rigs, and helped other sailors in exchange for parts. They learned quickly how to live on a very small budget.
If the weather is rough, we steer, because our wind vane is homemade.
Yeah.
So after 25 knots, we have to take shifts and start steering. So this takes quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
Then we have to rest.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit. And otherwise, we read, we cook, and we mostly eat.
Robin is a very good cooker. I would say I'm the trier of the the Kobe of the boat.
Yeah.
But he's really ingenious at making new meals, and
good.
this is really good for the morale.
And you both have families and girlfriends
Yes.
that are not here.
As far as we know.
That's harder than I would think before. When I started the trip, I was just thinking about myself during the trip. I would answer many questions I had in my mind. But right now, I would bring her in my answering.
But what is it that makes you stay out here? Like leave your family, leave your girlfriends, and be out here at sea sometimes 40 days at a time?
It's an adventure, and of course there are some difficult moments. When you leave the land, you cry, but when you see land after 40 days, you cry also.
Beginning, I was living for adventure because I thought we would have problems every day that we solve, and then we're glad solving them. But then I rapidly figured out that it was 80% of the time just relaxing in the cockpit and looking at the landscape. But actually, it was much better because it didn't expect this at the beginning, but it gives you so much time to think about anything you wouldn't think of otherwise. So that actually after the studies we did, it made me step back and look at the whole picture of what I want to do. And I think it was that was something I enjoyed much more as much as the adventure part. We have a homemade spare shroud that we had to build.
Oh, right here.
The main,
Okay.
Yeah,
the
this
main
is
one.
This is a spare one for this wire. One of this here is broken, so it's
okay.
the beginning of the end. But another one here,
So you built this shroud out of
Dinema.
yeah. Okay.
which we were given by a friend. But I think the spare one is twice as solid as the original one.
Yeah. The hood.
It's homemade too.
Yeah. So
And you told me once you like it because you can just walk right on it.
Yeah. When you have to take a riff, you can go right here, and there's no problem because it's as thick as the hull of the boat.
Yeah.
It's quite heavy, but that's not a problem on this boat.
And you built that?
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Robin.
And Philémon drew it, and I built it. We can't really steer from when we're protected down here, but it allows us having a lot of mess behind it, which is quite convenient.
Oh yeah, sure. You can
And
keep stuff. Like,
it really keeps the entrance dry, which is really important.
You have to put the compass up on the hood because of the magnetic problems.
One of the main thing we wanted to have when we chose the boat was the this kind of tiller, not the
not a wheel.
because it's way more simple, and
Yeah.
it's like a religion on board to keep things simple for us. Which we have no toilets, no fridge. And,
It's like camping.
For example, we had some tiller problem because the previous one was almost broken. So we could, down in South Patagonia, we could cut a tree and put it instead. So it's cracked a little bit. But we actually built the tiller with it, and with the bark, we dried it and grated it, and now we use it on food because it's a really good spice which tastes a little bit like pepper.
Really?
And it's a native tree from South Patagonia which you don't never find anywhere else.
We broke our depth under in Bahia San Blas, and some fishermen gave us this system. So it basically measured the depths. So we put it right in the water like this,
Let's see. Ah,
And so we can measure the depth, but
is it relatively accurate?
yes, it was accurate, but now it's not working. So we use the weight with the string,
Ah.
and that's all.
Just if it hits a rock, you go the other way.
Yeah, we take carefully when we approach moorings. We are really careful.
Do you have paper charts
Yes, and
so you can see the
We
opposite?
mostly use OpenCPN because it's free and it's really it's quite good to use.
Sure.
But yeah, we have paper charts too.
But you guys you don't really need all this sophisticated electronics and equipment to sail the world.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I think as long as you have a GPS, because the GPS makes it really easier. It's possible to do it without, but you need to be a really good sailor. AIS.
No AIS.
Radar is all the time off.
Yeah.
But yeah, our charts are. We took a Raspberry Pi to have a really cheap computer. So we had I think we have the cheapest chart plotter we can have.
Yeah.
All the system is weld, so it's in metal, except those gears here 3D printed.
Those are 3D printed?
Yeah, at the school, in fact.
Out of what kind of material?
ABS. This rod here is like, how do you say, Romain? Comment tu dis, un fusible? A fuse.
A fuse, okay.
And if we touch, for instance, a whale, that happened.
Yeah.
It just bend, and we don't lose the blade.
We actually worked with the whale. We tried it and
Really?
yes,
Are you serious?
the whale hit the rudder and then this too, but 20 minutes later the thing still worked.
Oh, this is the wind vane.
Yeah.
Made out of,
An isolation material.
okay, insulation material.
So
And its
it's-
name is Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Sam. Yeah. Just bring this in the hair flux.
Uh-huh.
And if the boat start to change its direction, then there is one side with let's say more pressure than the other, so it starts to move, and this will move those gears. So imagine the road is like this, so it starts to
Back up so I can see the whole thing.
to change the blade orientation
Yeah?
with the liquid flux, the water,
Uh-huh.
and so it starts to move, and it pulls this, for instance, this rope. This
And then
this rope is attached to the tiller,
To the tiller, okay.
and so it starts. It moves the tiller
Oh.
until the boat the wind is in the good direction. This I made it for 300 euros, and I think in the market you can find new one for 4,000.
Oh, wow.
And that's an example that you can do some stuff.
And it works exactly the same.
I don't know because I
The new
didn't
one.
check the new ones. But this one works, and this is all we need.
Yeah.
So now it's connected, so if we see the whole process, so the wind pushes here, the blade is lifted.
And you can see the
Oh.
rudder move.
And it moves the rudder.
It's really cool because it doesn't take energy from the boat. Like no wind vane is needed to really have enough electricity.
Yeah?
And if you move faster, it starts to be stronger. So
Yeah.
if the conditions are really rough, it starts to be also really strong. So you don't need more energy if there is a storm. If there is a storm, of course there are some cloud. If there are clouds, there are no energy for your solar panels, so you are out of electricity, and your autopilot with electricity can't run.
Right.
So with this system, it's a bit more reliable, I think.
It is.
But it's so expensive that you had to make it yourself if you are a bit in a rush.
Yes, we have an oven which is really convenient. When you're eating most of the time, you can vary.
Since you love to eat in your spare time, yes.
The fruits in the net are quite convenient because when the boat is moving, the fruits stay where they are.
We don't have a water tank. Mm-hmm. We just use jerry cans like this. And this is also a really simple system. And
What's the? I don't speak French, so what's the difference?
This is salted and.
Okay. So this is salt water from the sea that you can use to like wash dishes with. Okay. And this is water that you can drink.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And normally we have enough water, but in case we can take it from the rain with the sails. We have plenty of music, so we write the numbers here. So
this is a good system.
Yeah, if you choose, I don't know, 59, it's Elvis Presley.
So who does most of the passage planning and the charting, and do you both do that?
Yeah.
Both, you just kind of share that?
Every decision we made together.
That's Philémon's bed because it's small, and that's mine because it's big. I managed to get the largest one. Yeah, when of course when we're sailing, since the boat is tipping over, we always sleep on
whichever side, the low side. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Sometimes we can use this on both sides, but I once was sleeping here because it was quite. That was when we sailed around Cape Horn. So I was sailing here, and because it was my shift. I was kind of trying to sleep 10 minutes before I went out, and Philémon was sleeping here. But sometimes when it's moving quite a lot, I received Philémon on my knees from here directly to here. Toy box.
Toy box. all the fun systems like kite surf. Surfs. What do we have?
The music
instrument.
We used to have skis there, but
So this is a door made by friends of mine that I met in Greece, and there are two pretty girls in Concarneau. They live in Concarneau, but I met them in Greece. And before we start the trip, they would paint something for me, and I said, just paint the door so you can bring it to your house and come back with the door.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maya and Chloe. So here is the toilet. So you just put a bucket here.
Yep.
And that's all.
And this is another way to save money and energy.
Yeah. So.
But the problem of this system is that when someone's here and you invite people and you're sitting here, then some way you have to get the bucket some way out.
Yeah, I guess you could take it up the hatch.
Yeah.
You could just put it up the hatch.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a perfect idea. You didn't take it through here when you had guests, did you?
No.
Your bow cabin is just storage.
Yes.
Sails.
If there is Carolina or Tiffen, this become a room.
Yeah.
But since we live on this part, this is just for storage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's where we store food in the rear cabin.
And some extra lines, it looks like.
Yeah, we have lots of mess in here. We have bicycles too.